This past weekend, myself and Hamish made the trip up to Keith to visit Dylan at Kelpie Games, who is putting on a Kill Team tournament. Now, if you haven't been to Kelpie Games and you live anywhere in the northern half of Scotland, I would advise you to get yourself up there. It's a great shop, a fantastic community of friendly guys as well, and Dylan puts a lot back into the community, so I'm always happy to go local. Hashtag not sponsored. Although if you do go up, tell them I sent you. Now, I'm sure the thumbnail and title of my video will give it away, but I decided to take the brand new Goremongers Kill Team to the event, and before I hear anyone complaining about me chasing the meta, if I really wanted to chase the meta, I would have painted up the Sanctifiers, who are sitting at like a 90% win rate or something. The Goremongers are a bit of a more respectable 57, I think it was, according to Can You Roll a Crit. Let's see if it's higher or lower after I've played with them. Now, in round 1, I was surprisingly not up against Hamish for a change. I was playing Aaron and his Emperor's Children themed Legionaries, so an army that I've played a lot of recently, especially. In fact, the night before the tournament, me and Hamish went to Kelpie for a practice game. We played on this exact same board and Hamish used his Legionaries. This would have been a perfect time to practice if I hadn't left my Goremongers in the hotel. Yeah, so luckily Hamish had his Wrecker crew with him and allowed me to use them, and I beat him, but you know, he won't ever admit to that. The mission was Secure, which is a bit of a favourite of mine because it's pretty simple. I thought I was in with a decent chance, as you don't need to hold the objective, you just tap it and sticky it, I guess is the phrase used. Now, the Goremongers are pretty fly, they're pretty quick, they can move quite a distance, so I thought if I could tap multiple objectives in a round with maybe the same guy, it would be laughing. I played pretty aggressively for a team with a 5-up save, but that's just kind of my style, unfortunately. The Goremongers have a great rule, however, in that they can't take more than 8 wounds at a time from shooting, which is great unless you're playing an army that can shoot twice, like Space Marines. To back this up, I definitely had no toy syndrome. I was determined to try every little trick that the Goremongers had, whether it was harpooning Space Marines and dragging them out of cover, or using the Gore tanks to give myself extra AP, extra attacks, wounding on charges, all of the little tricks. I had to try them all out. And to be honest, it kind of worked. I was very aggressive and these guys hit hard even against Space Marines. I got very lucky with my rolls, however, so I can't just say it was skill. The mix of rending and severe also means that you're almost always getting 2 crits as long as you don't roll poorly, and the tricks with the Gore tanks and allowing you to free APL, reposition, dash and then use your melee weapon as a range weapon with severe and rending. Kind of disgusting because you're making someone have to roll 2 crits on a defense dice, or they're taking 12 damage, I think, usually. Yeah, so things were going quite well for me at the beginning. I'd killed a number of Space Marines and I was quite shocked at how well the team were performing against them. I knew that I was riding my luck, however, and around the second half of the game it kind of ran out. Once you were actually into melee combat with these Space Marines, they're really tough. Not only is because they fight twice, but because they have really strong weapons and really good armour, so they were a bit tough to kill, and they started whittling me down. Those 5-up saves were not doing anything for me at all. As the game went on, I was doing really well scoring the crit up, but I was whiffing on my tack up every single turn. I played Champion, which would hopefully give me 2 VPs to kill 1 Space Marine. I thought, I can do this, and every single champion fluffed the rolls and died in the ensuing combat, so I think I might have scored 0 for tack up, and I'll let you guys guess what my primary was for this mission. When the game finished, it was a very close victory to Aaron. I think it was 16-14. Unfortunately, Best Coast pairings, which is where the scores were uploaded to and used to run the tournament, don't allow you to view historical events without paying for it. So fuck that. But yeah, very close game. Aaron nailed his tack up and primary choice Not to say he didn't deserve the win, he played very well, he's a very experienced player, and he was a pleasure to play against as well. I just think that that's the one part of my game that I need to really work on, is better choices of tack ops and primary ops. But yeah, on to round 2 against a very familiar face. That's right, game 2 was against my very good friend and the most handsome man in the northeast of Scotland, Cammy Claw. Although I felt like I was giving him a bit of a run for his money this weekend since I was in town. Cammy brought his Plague Marines, and I'm a huge fan of the Plague Marine kill team, as you all know, and Death Guard in general, but Cammy had actually been personally blessed by Papa Nurgle himself this week. That's right, he had Nurgle's rot shooting out of both ends of him for the entire week run up to the tournament, and he said it was totally fine for me to tell everyone that. Now, sickness or not, Cammy is a very good player and he's no slouch, and I knew that I'd have to be on top of my game to beat the very tough Plague Marines. The crit up was Transmission, which involved tapping and holding an objective till the end of the turn. Now, I'm not a 40k player, yet.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
But even I knew that Death Guard and Plague Marines are pretty good at holding objectives and being tough to move off of them. Now, I made some very critical and silly mistakes in this game, which came back to bite me very quickly and very severely. And again, that great rule of the Goremongers where they can only take 8 wounds shooting, it's kind of useless against Space Marines who can shoot you twice. I also left one rather exposed to a grenade, and he had 2 friends beside him, which left 3 of my units on 1, 2 and 3 hit points, and they're all poisoned, so there's a chance when they activated, all 3 of them could just die before they get a chance to heal or do anything else. So very well played by Cammy and very poorly played by myself. Unfortunately, I don't have much else to say about this game because it only lasted the 2 turning points before I was tabled, which is a shame because I thought I would get more time to spend with Cammy after travelling all the way up to Kelpie to see him, well, and play the tournament, but you know, see Cammy as well. Yeah, very quick game and a very devastating 21-1 loss to Cammy, sorry, to me. Lost to me, I lost. Cammy won. Yeah, 21-1. Not my finest moment, and definitely a humbling experience. So on to game 3 and my last chance to not come last. I was trying to avoid the wooden spoon at one tournament at least this year, so yeah. I was up against Reese and his Vespids, and I was quietly confident. I'd said to myself, and I think some other people, if there's one army I feel that the Goremongers are going to be good against, it's Vespids, because they're quite squishy and they don't like melee combat. So they can shoot, you get maybe a turn of shooting off on the Goremongers, but then they'll get into you and it could get messy. So how did this game go? The mission was Loot, which is my favourite mission, usually because I'm playing Ratkins or Hearthkin Salvagers who have equipment or ploys that allow them to tap and loot things for free or while somebody else is holding it. I played a little bit more cagey in this game. I was trying to avoid any of the Vespids' stinky shooting, using the walls of the Galdark to sneak my way up to melee combat. And it kind of paid off for me. Being in melee combat with the Vespids, all I needed to do was roll 2 hits and I was killing them. They are quite squishy, especially when you're putting out 5-6 damage, and if you have severe and rending, you're again guaranteed 2 crits if you roll decently enough. So yeah, it was a pretty disgusting army for me anyway, pretty disgusting matchup, sorry. But to give credit where credit's due, my dice were extremely hot and Reese's were pretty bad. I felt really bad for him. I don't think he saved a single wound. It was really unlucky. I think I also won every priority, which was really handy for me to get charges off and hit people first before they can get a chance to hit me. So yeah, there was quite a number of turns where models killed multiple Vespids in one activation with the ability to go up to 3 APL or fight twice. Yeah, if I could play against Vespids every game with the Goremongers, I happily would. There were some quite funny highlights as well, such as my skull claimer claiming the skull of one of the drones and filling up his blood tank with its blood. I'm not going to argue with the rules, but that just doesn't make sense to me at all. I also finally managed to do something I was trying to do all day and harpoon an opponent and drag them into combat with 2 of my guys. I think this might be a great technique going forward to protect at least 2 of your guys from ranged weapons until you can get up the board. In the end, it was quite an unfair matchup for Reese, and it ended with a 21-2 victory to me. Again, I'm not going to take too much credit for it. It was a bad matchup on paper and my dice were extremely hot. After the game, Cammy also finished early, so we decided to have a go at becoming Pokemon card opening YouTubers.
So guys, why am I talking? Not you. Right. Do you want me to do the intro?
That plastic does Pokemon cards up as well.
Sexy Cammy Law suggested we do some Pokemon cards, so gonna rip a pack and see who's got the best. We've got to open on camera, otherwise it's tampered with. I can't remember how you do the Japanese ones, so we'll try that. So, we Totodile, we Rally thing. Oh, Big Mosher. That's a mummy. The Heatmore, we Snack. I got done. I got absolutely shafted. I was pissed.
So I got the wee motorbike out of that one from the Switch.
Oh yeah, because you love that game. Best game
good
Switch
game.
ever.
Solid 8 out of 10. Now I can't even fucking open the thing. Any help?
You're welcome. Oh, it's a Pokemon card.
Yeah, only once, but yeah. I did that. Like I moved the.
Oh,
Growlithe.
Dropped his health.
okay.
I
You
fucked it up.
You got Hollow.
Reverse Hollow.
I think that's one of the new ones, isn't
On
it?
that box screen for so long and then charged until the propensity for murder charged through the door.
Wee Clam.
By the end of turning point 2, like.
A wee Doodlebug.
My leader, but.
Oh, Polmore or something. One of the new ones.
New ones.
We're Pokemon card streamers now.
How many do we get?
3. Try 3.
Oh, a big goal bat.
Full art hole! Yes!
You're Hamish.
Garbodor, that's Garbodor. Garbodor. I think that's Crustle.
That's not how you have to do it.
Oh, you bending them!
It's like rip the
So guys, here we are, post Kelpie Kill Team tournament in the back alley with Keith
back alleys.
Kelpie
What's all
Keith Kill
about?
Team Cat Cali. After our tournament, how do we get on, guys? Cammy first.
2 losses and 1 win against Rab.
Oh yeah, you beat me for that.
21-1. That was good. Getting a wee.
That'll be cut out of the video. What army did you use?
I used Plague Marines.
Very apt army considering your
Yeah, I've got a sore tum.
Stinky
After
boy,
my holidays.
stinky boy.
stinky bum bum.
Yeah. So, the first match had to finish turning point 3. So, a bit controversial there because I might have got the win at the end of the day, but my third game just got a bit turned over and didn't do too well. So, all in all, not too bad.
Hamish?
I've
You've
got
got
mine.
mine.
I've got mine. Yeah, I took. What did I take? Void Dancer Tree.
Void
Of
Dancer
course I did.
The clowns.
Stop playing around.
The Harlequins.
That's just me through and through. 2 wins, 1 loss. Did lose to second place, so can you
roll crit?
into the dark on
Into the Gallowdark.
into the Gallowfart with Nemesis Claw. So I felt it was always going to be grim. Second game, who did I play second game? Reese, new guy. So it's a bit unfair on him, but hope he enjoyed himself. Hope he comes back to play more Kill Team and Keith. Shout out Kelpie Games.
Shout
#not
out Kelpie Games,
sponsored.
#not sponsored.
Probably should be.
Next time you're in, just use Rab store credit. Add it to the Rab tab. Don't do
Rab
that.
tab.
There'll be nothing left.
Rab
There'll be
tab.
nothing left.
But yeah, last game against Aaron, he had Legionaries and it was really close, good game. So enjoyed that.
There was a
So-
lot of legionaries.
There was no Imperium armies, as I said. There was
Keep it clean.
Yep.
is it 2 Nemesis Claw?
2 Nemesis.
2 Nemesis Claw, 1 Legionary, and 1 Plague Marine. And then the rest of us had. I'm sorry, you had Chaos as well.
I'd say it's good.
Probably take something different for the next tournament.
Yeah. I only took Goremongers because they're new and I wanted to have fun.
Power game.
I had fun. You'll know how I got on because you'll watch the video hopefully. I came second last. Yes. I lost to second as well. No, who came second?
Scott.
I didn't lose to second.
You lost to me.
Lost to Cammy. There we go, that'll do. Lost to the most
Yeah, it
handsome
was
man in the Northeast.
Chris with Mandrakes was first, then Scott with Nemesis Claw.
I played.
Kieran with
Put it
Nemesis
up here
Claw.
on the screen.
The here. The results.
Oh, the rankings? Yeah, I'll definitely do
The
that.
Ian Rankins.
I'll definitely do that. I played Aaron, Cammy, then Reese. So yeah, good fun. I know it's
Softer.
And so ended a great day of games with some fantastic company and an incredible friendly local game store. Now, good friend of the channel Chris came top and I didn't come bottom, which is all that really matters when you think about it. We said our goodbyes knowing we'd be back up in Keith for a Star Wars Legion tournament in July, as well as just a general week away with the boys. Video coming on that, don't you worry. Then we just got ourselves down the road and I got to see my dog before collapsing into the couch and calling it a weekend. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, please subscribe, please leave a comment. How did I do with my Goremongers? Are there any tricks that I should know, any things I shouldn't do? Should I not take them to a tournament again? No, I really enjoyed them. Fully expect to see a battle report on the channel with them soon against the Sanctifiers. A bit late to the Blood and Zeal hype, but you know, Games Workshop don't send me product early, so I've got to take what I can get. Thanks for watching and take care.